welcome to the Troy and Brandon show. Brandon and Troy show really doesn't matter. This is our Survivor Series preview. Starting tomorrow. Survivor Series coming up tomorrow. It's a big pay-per-view coming up. Free if you got live from St. Louis. If you got it on the network, if you're watching on pay-per-view, I feel bad for you. It is free on the network. Everybody knows.
I mean, it's free, and if it's not free, it's what's right
$99. Alright, so let's jump right into this. We'll start off with the main event. Team Authority versus Team Cena. That's what the main thing people want to see. So Brandon, how you feeling about Team Cena versus Team Authority? Like, who do you think might win? What do you think the outcome? Who might be our survivors left? What do you think is coming up?
Well, I don't know what WWE is doing with the whole Brock and Cena thing. I don't know if the match is going to be at not SummerSlam. Royal Rumble or TLC. If it's TLC I think they'll try to make Cena look as strong as possible. Because Royal Rumble, I feel like a swerve will happen or something. Like I feel like the Authority is really not going to end.
Do you have the Authority winning this match, or do you think Team Cena? Because depending on how who wins, I have opinions for both ways, and directions and storylines that could go if Team Cena wins or Team Authority wins. But
I certainly see. I think Randy Orton might come back. That's just her.
You see him coming back in Survivor Series?
Yeah, I could just see it happening and RKO and stuff. I think Team Cena will win it. If Team Cena wins, the Authority won't end as Vince. I feel like they'll be in there for some capacity. But if Team Cena wins, Triple H is still gonna be there. It's still gonna be on TV. So I feel like it'll continue one way or another.
See, that's why I don't know. That's why I say I have opinions for both. But my gut feeling is that I think Team Authority wins, because you do somewhat need that authoritative role coming up. Alright, if Authority loses, who's coming back? Vince McMahon's coming back. Does Sting show up as the new Authority or GM? That's why I really think.
I'm actually a lot of comments I've been watching. People just think that Sting is gonna be a GM soon or something. I don't really know how that would work.
I mean, this was the reason why I say I don't see Sting coming back, is that because you want to bring someone of his caliber back at during WrestleMania season, from the Royal Rumble on. That's when you kind of want to bring him back. To bring him back in the middle of at the end of November, and start off in December, when the December tape is mostly tapings or whatever. They do double shows a night. Sometimes you don't want to have someone like that come back around that time. But that's why I really have
he played a jam role in TNA, right? Towards that.
Yes, and he already kind of played that role a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know, that's, and then the reasons why I have Team Cena winning is because, obviously you want Cena to look strong going on. You don't, since it is a pay-per-view before Royal Rumble, he doesn't have to look and be the guy that always is the sole survivor like he did with Team Nexus or whatever back at SummerSlam 2010. You don't have to have stuff like that where he's the last guy left, and you have to have Cena win. Because I don't even see Brock Lesnar showing up at TLC. I really think he's not going to defend the title until Royal Rumble.
Here's the thing, he's been booked for shows early December, so we'll see him soon. And I don't really know if the match will be at TLC or Royal Rumble.
A lot of that has to do with him coming back, where it really just makes sense for I see Team Authority winning, because you can have Cena and Rollins go at it again at TLC. I don't know for what. I don't see it for being Money in the Bank or anything, but you can have another match between them two.
I don't want to see Cena and Rollins again. Well, not again. Well, no, they have great matches together, but I would rather see a Randy and stuff kind of a 1 month feud, or just to get that out the way.
True.
Cena Cena, I don't. He's just there. I feel like he's hogging the spotlight. Like I like Cena and everything, but like, come on, like, I don't know what to say about Cena. It's this whole Brock situation. We're gonna get into that later.
Yeah, Brock is kind of definitely throwing like something into this where it just makes everything like difficult. That's why like going to the Sunday, like that's why it might be unpredictable, because you have both opinions and both sides for Team Cena and Team Authority. Where like it doesn't, when you find out it happens, you'll see how it goes, but you really don't know how it's going to end up until you actually see it.
And I've been thinking about it all day. I really don't know what is going to happen. Like you said, you can see it happening both ways. I can too, but if you ask me who will win, I'm not too sure. Like I say Team Cena, but I'm not sure about that at all. So.
All right, so let's talk about some of the participants in the match. So I think, yeah, when I watched Raw, I had a feeling I actually kind of would have liked if Cesaro was with Team Cena, but like with him just losing earlier and then like all the stuff that was going up Cesaro, it kind of like made it weird. Him playing the joke obviously means like he has no role. Brandon, I'm sorry for, I know what you said about him in the past. The damage control for Cesaro ended, and it's looking pretty bad for him.
Yeah, at first, remember when he won that match and I texted you, I was like, alright, they're doing damage control a little bit. And then after that, it just went downhill. I was just like he has the skills and everything, but like, I can kind of see where WWE's coming from. I don't know where I will put him in the storyline. Like, I feel like he's going to be mid-card forever.
Yeah, I don't see, when I thought they was going to do the damage control with him, I thought he had a chance to at least, I never saw him being a face, but at least a top face or anything, but once he started losing again, I kind of realized it was over. So yeah, this Cesaro, like him being in, like, he could be like a authority, like henchman every now and then, but he really, I don't see him being anything. Alright, so let's break down Team Cena a little bit. So obviously Cena, Ziggler, Big Show, Eric Rowan, I was kind of surprised about that, I actually liked about that, and Ryback. So, what do you think about Eric Rowan being on Team Cena and going up against Luke Harper?
So you go from having Tim Smith, Renee Fair, and I don't know, I feel like he's going to be a comedy excellent. Like, I can just see it. Like, I feel like they had more trust in Luke Harper and Rowan. I don't know what the long-term plan for him is. Like, I can see what they're doing now with him and the team, but after that, it's like, does it feel with Harper, like...
Yeah, I don't think we don't have to start thinking long-term with Eric Rowan, but I think, like, if you think about the now and, like, the possibilities of him facing off with Luke Harper for the Intercontinental Championship, having a little rivalry between them, I think you think a little more short-term, like, you can see, like, where he's like a upper mid-card feud or a mid-card feud that people actually will like. Like, it has something to it. Like, people will follow that since they was in the Wyatt family or whatever. Like, people are gonna look up to that. Where, like, Ambrose and Bray Wyatt is that upper mid-card feud, you got something a little lower between them and with Rowan and Harper. So, like, Rowan, yeah, I think Rowan has, like, he's gonna have, like, a nice little role. Cause, like, and in his, like, his character, he really doesn't have to say too much. Like, if you saw SmackDown or not, he said one word when they did when all of Team Cena came together.
Actually, I'm looking up. I'm hearing he's actually a good talker on like in his old wrestling days and independent days.
Yeah.
I know he wrestled overseas a little bit.
Yeah, so like Rowan, like his character really doesn't have to do too much. Cause it's kind of like that awkward, but like it's not necessarily funny. Like, yeah, that's what you could say, like somewhat like a comedy act. I don't see it going too far because like, yeah, he's serious in the ring, so it's not like some Santino type stuff where often in and out of the ring he's funny. But I think I think we could take Rowan a little more serious. I don't know about long term, but short term, I definitely see him having a nice role in WWE. I like Ryback. even though I thought it was kind of weird, like when they had Ryback like turn on Cena the first time, because like I thought like he had a lot of momentum. Like I said, he still definitely does have a lot of momentum going for him right now. But like him turning on Cena was kind of weird the first time actually joining Authority. But like him going back, yeah.
I don't really think it was him turning on, because I feel like Ryback, like he's like kind of like a badass guy, so
like a long rough types, yeah.
Yeah, that's him adjusting the match that they had later on, man.
Yeah, so like I definitely like I see this is where I see Ryback as like, alright, we was talking about how Cesaro, even though like it was a crazy idea at the time, like him like possibly being that face like once Cena and like Orton is out, like when they're done like fighting Brock or whatever, like he could be that one to like have like that random match with Brock or whatever to actually be competitive where we thought Cesaro was gonna be. I think Ryback could eventually be that type of person, because if you really think like there's really no other than Cena right now, there's a bunch of like upper mid card faces. There's no other top faces left. So other than Ambrose, but he's in a rivalry with Bray Wyatt. So like I definitely see Ryback. And like if definitely a Team Cena wins, he could be one of the other sole survivors with Cena, because I think Cena definitely would be, if they win, he would be the one who's left. But yeah, Ryback has a nice, I think he has something going for him right now. I think it's almost better than when he first was like a top face or whatever, because at that time, like, it was almost built, he couldn't go nowhere, but it just lowered at Punk because everyone expected Punk to face Rock, so Ryback could never get over that glass ceiling of beating Punk to become a champion. I definitely don't see him become a champion now, but, or anytime soon, especially sometime after WrestleMania, next year at WrestleMania, he might have a possibility, but I see him coming up as another superstar again, for where he was like a couple months ago with Curtis Axel.
Free Curtis Axel, hashtag free him.
I saw it. I think he was on Main Event like a week ago, so I think
Main Event, but
like he seemed like he's gonna be like on Superstars. I haven't even watched Superstars in like 3 years. I never could get into it. So yeah, maybe he could do the Tyson Kidd route and beat up on NXT guys for a little bit and get his name back. We definitely got to get into Tyson Kidd, though. I don't think he's going to be on the Survivor Series card, but we definitely have to talk about Tyson Kidd, because I do like his direction and where he's going at. Alright, so talk about Eric Rowan, Ryback. I mean, Big Show, we know about his problems with the Authority, so I think, Big Show's kind of self-explanatory, especially him going up against Mark Henry. It's really not too much about Big Show.
Yeah. Early elimination, really.
Yeah, I definitely see him being the first elimination, because I don't think you would have Ryback definitely be that. Eric Rowan, he can't be that guy, because you want to give him some momentum. People like Ziggler, and Cena, there's no way it's going to be him. So, yeah, Big Show. He's just a name in the match. I definitely see him as a big name in the match. Ziggler, I don't know. I see options with Ziggler that WWE is not going to take. Like, I see him, if it had to be one person to screw over Team Cena, I see Ziggler being the person that screws him over.
Yeah, I was actually contemplating if he might turn heel. It's possible, because look at the backstory. He's been held down, right, for like the past year or so. He finally got the NXT Championship. He won it, and then Luke Harper won on the last Raw. And I feel like they can go a route where he's tired of being a good guy. I know it's kind of like cliche, but he's tired of being a good guy. Cena is the top guy, but Ziggler works so hard every night and doesn't get the same amount of respect. I feel like he can, if he wanted to do a heel turn with him, I think he can do it.
Yeah, that's like the only, because usually in like these type of matches, there's always like that one person that you had that idea of being that guy. So yeah, Ziggler is definitely the one I think of who can be that, because when the Authority was first trying like talking to him, I think when they were in England or whatever, where they was just trying to get him out of the match, I thought like they said like, alright, you can get anything you want. He was kind of like playing it off, or whatever, and then he eventually like said like no, he just wants to beat the Authority. Like I really thought that would have been kind of good for him. Maybe not to switch then, but at least start having like the ideas. Like maybe they could have had him even like contemplate and overthinking about it. But yeah, Ziggler is definitely one of the guys that I could see doing something like a big move. But I just don't think they're gonna take that route with Ziggler because
I don't think he's gonna be one of the last guys eliminated.
Yeah.
I like second to like second to last. No, I'm saying that right. Maybe like he'll go out, then Robin, and then Cena, whatever happens.
Like let's just like he'll be in the match for a long time. Cause I can see this being like a 25 to 30 minute type match. Like he'll be definitely near the end.
And they're not just going to like just eliminate him like he's a scrub. I feel like they're going to work real hard before he even gets eliminated. So.
All right, and of course, Team Cena, led by John Cena. Yeah.
Superman. Superman is either going to stand tall or he's going to get screwed over. So.
Yeah, there's no way he. If he lost clean, like it would be nice if he lost clean to Rusev or Rollins or something like that. But it's not going to happen. We all know that.
That's Rollins, my boy.
Cena, he's obviously going to be, if not he's the last one beaten if Team Cena loses. And I always fear that he's going to be that guy. He's going to be the last one left if they win. Because he did that before. Yeah.
Of course.
Because it seemed like they'll just screw everyone else over. Like, alright, we're just going to make Cena like he did it by himself. So.
Vince McMahon's child. That's John Cena's child. It's like all over.
Like, it ends up 3-on-1, and he eventually comes back and win it. That's the type of stuff I can see what happened with Cena. That definitely shouldn't happen.
The tribal of the dome. That's if everything goes according to Vince's way, because Vince loves it that way. But I don't think all that Superman stuff will happen necessarily. But it's John Cena, so we kind of know which way he's kind of going.
Yeah. All right. So we can get into Team Authority right now. Obviously, your boy Seth Rollins. Who our viewers, if anyone will ever listen to us, will know that you are the biggest Seth Rollins fanboy. And I don't know, like I'm a Seth Rollins fan, but the way you take it is to another level. Like I watched, yes, I like Tyler Black. I watched him on ROH. Like you know the government name, you know everything. His past moves.
I bother Troy about him every day. Him and AJ Styles is phenomenal, but we can get into that later. But let's break down where he'll be. You want to start him first, or?
Yeah, I know you can go on about an hour or so with Rollins, so.
No, I'm gonna keep it short.
No. Let it be. Like, I know how you feel about Rollins. So, like, let the people know how you really feel about Rollins, cause like you obviously his biggest fan. So,
well, in my opinion, Seth Rollins should be with champion right now. That's just me. But yeah, it's going to be Cena and Rollins at the end of the match. That's just the way it's going to be. No matter how hard people try to, they want Ziggler or somebody else, it's going to be Cena and Rollins standing tall and one-on-one at the end of the match. That's what's going to happen because they're the leaders. So what else are you going to do?
And I'll tell you this. Like, I don't know if you saw or knew about Survivor Series last year, but Rollins will not have the same performance as Roman Reigns did last year. I think he did, eliminated 5 participants. So, I don't think he'll have the same dominance as, the great Roman Reigns, who I can't wait to come back. So, yeah, and our viewers will know that, yes, I'm Roman Reigns, probably his biggest fan, and, we disagree a lot on his future, where I see him being as a top guy for the next 10 years and being eventually the new golden boy. Like, you don't see that with him. You see him being a future actor. I also see him being a future actor, but I don't think he's going to leave like The Rock. But Roman Reigns is not here. Roman Reigns is not here right now. We need Roman to get healthy. Royal Rumble time, I can see him like that. So, like, you know, we're worried about what's going on now. He's not here right now, so we'll worry about Seth Rollins and Team Authority and all that. All right, so Kane on Team Authority. I don't think people mostly care. He's mostly in that Big Show conversation, first elimination type person. So, like, yeah, he's been a part of the Authority since the beginning. So.
He's in that, like I told Troy earlier, he's in that X-Pac heat. A lot of people, of course, I hate Kane, don't want to see him anymore. I don't see a big problem. It's not like he's going to be like contending for a title. Like,
and Kane does nothing wrong. He's a good worker. They say he's one of the most safe workers. So, like, he's definitely a guy you can have in the ring. Don't have to worry about no one getting hurt. He puts on solid matches, so it's not really wrong with Kane. Yeah, I don't know how you can have someone in that type of match, but this, and I don't even know when was the last time Kane either won a match or at least a match of any significance. So yeah, so that's just Kane. Mark Henry, I like Mark Henry.
I like him too. He was eliminated probably early exit.
I don't know. The only thing I don't like about they doing Mark Henry, he seemed like he either turned face or heel like every couple months. Like, yeah. And then a Big Show Mark Henry rivalry, like we've already seen that maybe twice before. They actually they had a rivalry over the World Heavyweight Championship before. So like it's not necessarily like a rivalry as much as them like it was in the past between them. So, you know, Mark Henry, it's mostly Stephanie said, like, they wanted the biggest, strongest team. So, Mark Henry fits the bill. And Mark Henry, so. Another, probably second, he'll probably be the second elimination for Team Authority. I can see that being him. Luke Harper. I see a lot of potential in Luke Harper. Like, this is what I had the opinion of Luke Harper. Like, he was one of those big men, or he is one of those big men, like Undertaker type, that he could put on a good match with anybody, with smaller guys and bigger guys, because he could do a lot of things a lot of big guys like him don't usually do. I saw him do a Hurricane Rana before. You don't see 6'10" guys do that.
Was he in Ring of Honor? He was, right?
Yeah, I think he was definitely in Ring of Honor. I think like Dragon Gate.
I know his original gimmick. He was like a truck guy, like a lumberjack guy. I mean, with a background like that, he'll never disappoint. In the competition and not be good at what you do. Like everybody knows what Luke Harper can bring to the table. Like the match he had with Ziggler was pretty good, and the tag team match he had against the Usos, and one of them I was there.
Yeah.
All of them were great. 3 matches that they had, which could have got extended a little bit, but that's my personal opinion. But
like right now, I consider Luke Harper one of the best big man workers right now in WWE. At least that's for big men, because like you said that you even saw like firsthand what he did with the Usos. What him and Eric Rowan did with the Usos, like he did a lot of things a lot of big men can't do. So Luke Harper is a guy that I could see having at least a good role in this match. Not being like a sole survivor, but so because he has the Intercontinental Championship, so I think he has that under him where he doesn't have to look crazy strong or anything. So, like Luke Harper, I like him being in this match. Like when he showed up or whatever, with beating up Ziggler or whatever. I think I liked him being in like as a singles competitor. Even though I always kind of wanted the Wyatt family just to stay together a little bit longer, like. I saw him, other than Bray, being that like major like singles competitor where he can eventually be upper mid card to like main event like every now and then, or like a transitional champion every now and then. I can see him being a person like that. Rusev, our last member of Team Authority.
He'll get disqualified. Rusev, here's my thing. Rusev, I think the storyline will be he really doesn't even care for the authority that much because he's kind of his own guy. So, and what is his winning streak? Like, he hasn't lost a match yet. So
yeah, well, he's never been pinned or submitted. He's lost by DQ. So
yeah, to Roman Reigns, I think. So,
yeah. So
yeah, he'll get himself disqualified. He'll walk out. The walkout is like hit somebody with a chair or something. Or, like, I just don't see somebody pinning him or making him tap. It won't happen.
yeah, I definitely don't see him. All right, he's not going to get pinned or submitted or whatever. But yes, DQ is a possibility. In my eyes, I see him and Seth being the last two members of Team Authority left in the match. Because I think if you really like want, because right now he looks he's strong. So, like, he has a lot of momentum going behind him right now. So, if you wanted someone to not necessarily, like, take out Cena and beat him clean, but if it was a guy, like, other than Mark, alright, Cena's beaten Henry a bunch of times, like Kane, yeah, but definitely a bunch of times. It's really, alright, and you don't want Luke Harper, he's not going to do anything to Cena. So, if there's someone who I could see doing something to Cena that, like, really, like, almost makes him like Cena almost lose or like eventually like get like screwed or whatever, like he can get like double teamed by like Rollins and Rusev or whatever, like Rusev kicks him, knocks him down, and then you get a curb stomp. That's what I could see Rusev doing. But he either has to get a DQ or be one of the winners. So Rusev is definitely in a good spot right now. Like him being the US champion, and I liked him as being US champion, but I don't see it's not going to build up the U.S. Championship anymore. Yeah, I think the U.S. Championship is what it is. It seems like it's just a placeholder. You just put a title on someone. It's going to be weird whenever they have to take it off him, but for right now, it's okay.
Probably the John Cena, but
what? Yeah, Rusev. He's going to be alright. Let's say he'll definitely be one of the last two. Or if he gets does a DQ early. But he'll look strong in this match. So, I mean, we could break down this Team Authority, Team Cena match a little bit more. Because, obviously, yeah, it is the main event. It has a lot of future implications for definitely the rest of this year. I don't know, I just really see Team Authority winning. Sometimes I always, on SmackDown, at the end of SmackDown, Team Authority looks strong at the end. So, it's almost like reverse psychology. Like, if this team looks strong at the end of the week, they end up losing at the pay-per-view. I always kind of it seemed like that was the trend of almost every pay-per-view or whatever. Like if Cena almost always looked strong, and at the times that he lost, he looked strong going into the pay-per-view, or then he eventually got screwed or got beat by Brock going into after the pay-per-view. But I don't know. I think Team Authority looked strong going into it, but I still had them winning it because I don't know. I just really think you gotta have they're obviously Triple H and Stephanie is going to have a role no matter what, but just having them near. Well, I definitely thought they were going to win because when they said, all right, if they lost, then they had to go. But then Team Cena didn't have no stipulation towards them. But then now they got the stipulation that if they lose, everyone but Cena gets fired. So it's almost kind of 50-50 now. Because I had it more to Team Authority before SmackDown. So that's why, like we said earlier, it could go both ways. But I have Team Authority winning, with Seth Rollins and Rusev being the sole survivors.
Is this the final prediction?
Yeah, I'll see. Yeah, it's your final prediction.
Final prediction: Team Cena wins, but take that for a grain of salt.
I just can't. I don't want Cena to win these type of matches again. He's done it before. He completely destroyed the Nexus. The Nexus wasn't the same after he did what he did to them.
And he technically destroyed the Wyatt family after that match he had on Raw. Where I missed the match, but he destroyed them. And then
you're talking about right after he lost to Lesnar?
Yes, his lead up to the Night of Champions.
Yeah, and when he just completely beat down Bray, like Bray wasn't anything. Like Bray didn't beat him before. It's
man, we but that's the guy. I'm gonna deal with it. Bring that merchandise in. That's what he does.
he can get all that with a loss. He can get all that with a clean loss. He obviously recovered from the Brock Lesnar beatdown. They almost had him win.
And then almost beat him. Like, come on. And it doesn't even make it. In my opinion, Brock kind of devalued Brock a little bit.
I think Brock is always going to look strong, but yes, he had a crazy momentum going behind him, and they took some of it away with the beatdown he took at Night of Champions.
I have a lot to say about Brock later, but
oh yeah, Brock is definitely going to be. We might even have a whole segment just on Brock and his future and plans we might have with Brock. So that could be a future podcast we do. So, but we're gonna kind of like should we just try to stick with Survivor Series a little bit. All right, so I think we broke down Team Cena and Team 30 enough. There's not too many other big matches on there, but the Fatal 4-Way Tag Team Championship, we could talk about that. Goldust and Stardust champions right now versus the Usos. The Miz and Mizdow, who I'm big fans of. I'll get into that a little bit later. And Los Matadores. So, I mean, they're usually like the triple threat tag team matches and Fatal 4-Way tag team matches they usually do on pay-per-views are always kind of good. So, like, they're always solid matches. Like, usually those type of matches will start off the show to get people, like, hot, because, like, they always put on a good show. Get Goldust and Stardust, you know they're going to be good. Usos definitely good, look good. Mizdow is funny as hell, so everyone loves Mizdow. And Los Matadores is, hopefully, they have I hope they don't win at all. If that happens, I'll be really pissed. But
yeah, I can see. My opinion on the match, Mizdow will win. Tag team belts. I mean, they're the hottest act right now, so.
Yeah, either they have to be champions or they have to face each other, because I think people really like what's going on between them too.
They'll win the championship, and then whenever they eventually lose, I think that's when they'll, like, the problems will, like, blow up, because they kind of have, like, that issue now. But they'll win the titles. Damian Sandow, I keep thinking his name is Sandow. Damian Sandow will, like, it'll all just go through his head, because, you know, everybody loves Mizdow now. Sandow, whatever.
Like, even sometimes, I have big ideas with them. Like, it's like something that I somewhat don't want to happen, but, like, if it happens, I wouldn't have a problem with it. Like, what if it was, like, Mizdow versus, Miz at, like, WrestleMania or something like that? Like, one of those, like, lower mid-card matches or mid-card match between them two. Like, I have no problem, with that.
Yeah.
Cause, like, I think people really like what he does. And I always like Miz no matter what. I kind of think I wish he didn't lose that relevance he had before, like, after, like, WrestleMania 27. But, I don't know, I really think they can be something, especially as a tag team. And, like, they got the comedy going behind them. They're both funny, especially Mizdow. And seeing them as champions, like, they're respected competitors. Like, no one has a problem with them winning any type of matches. Sandow, he should have been a World Heavyweight Champion if it wasn't for the unification. But, and Miz was out, he was a future WWE Champion. So, like, there's no problem with them being tag team champions and holding them for a little bit. But, if they won tomorrow, I have no problem with that. I actually would like that, to see that happen, even though I like Goldust and Stardust a lot. I kind of don't want to see the Usos winning since they had the tag team championship so long. And I definitely don't want Los Matadores to win. I swear if they let Los Matadores win, like, they just want the Latino population or something like that, or demographics to go up, which it won't. Because it really doesn't mean anything. They tried that with, like, alright, they bring back Rey Mysterio every time he comes off a knee surgery, and he's back for 2 weeks and then he gets hurt. So, there's no offense to the Latino people or anything, but I just, can you really see them winning and having, like, or when it was Epico and Primo, I didn't like them as tag team champions then, so I wouldn't like them as tag team champions now. So,
that's like really trying to hard to like appeal to like the Latino community,
I really
just let it happen naturally. Don't try to like force it. Like we get it. You're trying to expand your audience. Like when you put this in these gimmicky type roles, like lucha, not even luchadors, it's typical stereotypical character. Like okay, yeah.
And no one knows the difference between them at all. So.
Yeah.
Like even sometimes Michael Cole and them get it wrong. Like I just figured out the Usos maybe like earlier this year or whatever, so I always knew who it was. But yeah, I don't even try with Los Matadores. I just know El Torito, and that's all I look at. So yeah, they can't win if no one can tell the difference between them till they can't be champions. So I don't know. Goldust and Stardust, they definitely. Right now, I see them as a top tag team or whatever, because they definitely always put on good matches.
Yeah, Goldust can still go.
Yeah, we
I don't care what people say about him. His work rate. I like him.
Yeah, because I don't know what the people have been saying recently about him. I kind of remember when he came back last year and he had the match with Orton, where like that was one of probably maybe his best match of his career. And that was his first match back after I don't know how long. But yes, we definitely Goldust can still go. He still got it. And maybe even not even still got it. He was better than he was before.
Yeah.
And Stardust, Cody Rhodes or whatever. I
like him too.
Yeah, I really wish even though I like his character now, and I think even some superstars have characters like this. Like, I really want Cody to be someone, at least a main eventer one day. He's still young. Like, I'll check right now. But yeah, Cody Rhodes is still young. It really doesn't matter, like, what he does now because he said he has so much time ahead of him. But I just don't want him to get caught up so much in this Stardust character where, like, that's where people only going to remember him as.
I feel like they will. I feel like the tag team will kind of hang a little. Like they'll be one of those tag teams that can get back together anytime. Like Cody, I feel like the Royal Rumble will come back as Cody. But like, and also he always had that alter ego Stardust. So
yeah, and it could be like something like weird and funny that he like occasionally brings out. Sometimes but he'll say something like, "All right, maybe Cody Rhodes can't fight this battle, but Stardust can." It's just something fun. Like he can add that to him, but. I really want him to be a main eventer because I really think he's too talented to be mid-card, a tag team champion. Even though it's kind of good to have now, but it's not too many like main eventers we have now. Like it's a bunch of part-timers that show up and people that quit. Like some people, yeah, and injuries, that's going on. So yes, he needs one day to be a top guy. Or just an occasional top guy, like I said, a transitional champion every now and then. He's just too talented. His name's too big to be in the mid card in the tag team picture for a long time. He's only 29, so it really doesn't matter. Like a wrestler's prime or something.
29?
Yeah, he's only 29.
I feel like he's been wrestling forever.
Yeah, it's been since 07, he came in, at least on TV. So, yeah, like the days with him with Hardcore Holly. So he's been in the business for a long time, but he's going to be a star one day. So it just all depends on when. So I think if I wanted any team to win, it's going to come down to Goldust and Stardust and Miz and Mizdow. I want either one of those two teams to win. Other two teams, like I said about Los Matadores and the Usos, They just don't need to have those titles again, and most Los Matadores don't need to have them at all. So that's why I see kind of going for them. You have any predictions or who you at least want to win or who you think will win?
I think Mizdow will win. I kind of want Mizdow to win. If not, no, I will. No, I still want Mizdow to win.
Okay.
If Golden Stardust wins, I won't be mad. I won't be happy. Like I'll understand, but Mizdow, yeah.
All right. Another match. Let's jump into the Divas match. You know, we don't want to be sexist or anything. We talk about everything. So AJ.
I'm actually put up the card for Natalia, Naomi, Alicia Fox, and Emma versus Paige, Summer Rae, Layla, Cameron.
Well, that's obviously I think it's a filler match because I didn't even know that match was happening.
Me neither.
Yeah, like when I just looked it up, that was the first time I heard about this match. Like, I thought that match was going to be like on the, they could have put that on the pre-show.
No, they did this match on like a house show, one of the house shows.
You said they already had this match.
Let me make this quick. Who I think will win? I don't care. Like I feel like if it's Natalia, like the only talented people are Natalia, Naomi,
and Paige,
and Summer Rae, but everybody else, Alicia Fox is okay, but
yeah,
everybody else is like Rae. Like what is? I forgot AJ Lee
and Nikki Bella. They got their championship match.
Yeah, they should have just had one Diva match, but
I don't know, but they usually do a Divas traditional match. I think last year's one wasn't that bad. It was like Total Divas versus the rest of the Divas. It wasn't that bad. It was okay.
I think Natalia's group will win, I guess. Like I don't know. Like there's no backstory. I don't like Total Divas. So I don't know the backstory to the match.
It's a filler match. It's not. You usually get one. This is the positive of this. Like, I'll find. Paige and Natalia get some time because you know they're definitely too talented to not be on there, on the card. Because Paige and, in my opinion, Natalia and Paige are more talented than Nikki Bella. But right now, Nikki Bella has the better storyline. Right now, going for it, even though it hasn't turned out the way everyone thought it was going to be, or at least kind of pictured it, envisioned it like being. I don't know. The Bella storyline is okay. Like I'm glad they're not on like main event and Raws anymore, or having like big segments on Raw. But
to make the viewers of this podcast so good, Charlotte, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. What do you have to say about Charlotte?
She's being caught up soon.
All right.
The Divas division will get better. People trust me because Natalia and Paige and AJ won't have to carry it a little bit.
Alright, so something quick I had to say about Charlotte. I think she's had two of the best Divas matches I've seen since like the Lita and Trish Stratus days. Yeah, that's the type of matches What you got to say?
The full match of her yet?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get around to that.
I think her match with definitely with Natalia. I don't remember which special it was, but like her matches with Natalia were great. She had a good match with Emma, I remember, and she had another good match with Bayley or whatever. Yeah, I think a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, she's had some of the best Divas matches I've seen in a while. Definitely better than any of the current Divas now, other than Natalia and Paige.
So what's your prediction for this match? Because I feel like we need to get away from this quickly.
I have Nikki Bella winning. I just think that.
No, I'm talking about the Natalia.
The traditional match.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see out of the two, because once again, remember I said about Alicia Fox that like one day she'll be a face and one day she'll be a heel. Right now it looks like she's on the face team. I don't know. I guess. All right, I'll say this: they won't have. It will be a face diva that wins and a heel diva that wins. So the face diva I have winning is the team Natalia or whatever. They'll win it for the faces, and then I have Nikki Bella winning for the heels, the championship.
Okay.
So yeah, I think they're gonna split it.
And said before we go off that topic, hashtag make Natalia Divas champion right now. So further notice.
And she's never been champion. That's surprising to me because she's always been a good worker. She is the best technical Divas wrestler in WWE.
It hasn't been champion?
It hasn't been champion at all.
Triple H, I'm calling you out. Vince, I'm calling you out. Something is wrong. We got make it happen now before she retires and goes to TMW for the lightest schedule with
Alright, so we got the
stay home with her husband.
yeah. Who you got winning for AJ and Nikki Bella?
Nikki Bella.
Any specific reason why?
Here's my reason. They seem to like play hot potato with the Divas Championship a little bit. And I don't know, I just feel like Nikki, I feel like a lot of people bash her, but she's doing okay for herself. Like, her whole hill run, I feel like...
she's gotten better now.
Yeah, like, I feel like John Cena's been giving her some tips from his hill running, like, 2 years ago. But yeah, I like her cat. Like, in the ring, she looks like she got better in the ring, too.
Yeah, for some reason, she is better in the ring. She got a couple nice moves. I like her finisher, but she has proved over the years, especially when like the Bella twins were together. Like her as a singles competitor, she is better now. But I just think that they really wanted something to do with this Bella's rivalry, then she has to be champion. Because I think last time, I think Brie was the champion last time a few years ago. So I think if you want to have someone be it. Maybe, they should have Nikki be the champion this time for some reason. And then eventually her and Brie will face off for the title or something. So, I see that because, I don't see AJ and Nikki Bella continuing on other than, being some, BS matches that we are going to see, this filler type stuff. But they want to have a Divas rivalry going on and you make it Nikki versus Brie for the title. Alright, so, I think the other match is the pre-show match, the return of Fandango. I'm very excited about that. I don't know about you. Alright, before you say anything about Fandango, after WrestleMania, no, you're gonna want to hear this. At the WrestleMania 29, Stone Cold said he was the future Intercontinental Champion. Stone Cold. He said it.
No, listen. I'm not bashing Fandango because honestly, to all the listeners out there, I did stop watching wrestling for about 4 years, and I picked it up in early 2014 when the show, after CM Punk left, that's when I picked it up. So any knowledge, anything I say about Fandango, you can kind of blow it off because I haven't watched him enough. The only Fandango I saw was the one now, and that's not a good sample size. So. Yeah. Troy has more knowledge about Fandango.
Alright, we can go back to, he beat Jericho at WrestleMania 29, and he had a lot of momentum. The Fandango wing was big, especially the night after WrestleMania. It should have went somewhere. I thought it should have been as popular as the Yes chants. It should have been. I still do it.
Actually, I saw Chris Jericho interview. He's talking about Fandango was kind of over it when they had their match.
Yeah.
At WrestleMania. He said it was kind of embarrassing losing and everything, jobbing like that, but he said Fandango was over it. I didn't know that at the time. I just thought Fandango was from God. So whatever Troy's saying is completely right, because I have really no knowledge of Fandango.
I just say, since they kind of at least semi-promoted this return of him. Because it's said to be announced. I don't know who he's facing. So I guess I see him winning that match. Because I don't think you just want to have him come back and then lose in the pre-show. What's the point of bringing him back to lose? So.
My boy, Bad News Barrett coming back.
Well, is it as return the Bad News Barrett to return just on camera or like? Well, maybe he's gonna give it. Maybe he'll give us some bad news, like bad news for the rest of the roster that he's returning. Could that be?
He's still like a couple weeks away from actually wrestling. He's just, I don't know. I guess he's gonna update on his surgery and everything.
Yeah, I think Barrett has definitely had some bad breaks for him because the past couple of times that he's got hurt was always like right before, not like a main event run, but like he was going to have a nice push. I think the first time he really had an injury was when right after WrestleMania 28, or no, not right before WrestleMania 28, right at the Elimination Chamber, and he hurt his elbow, and it was right, and I think he was going to have like not a major role, but definitely be on the card for WrestleMania 28, but he was out for months. And then the injury right when he was the Intercontinental Champion, where I want to say he was like bringing back the Intercontinental Championship, but it was everyone liked Bad News Barrett. He was one of those heels that was kind of getting a little bit of like pops and stuff, so people like Bad News Barrett. But yeah, he definitely needs to stay healthy for a while, like especially so he can have that big run, because he's too talented not to have a major championship one day or be in like major storylines. So yeah, it would be nice to hear some Bad News Barrett for once. It's been a while. So yeah, I definitely want to see Bad News Barrett. And we'll close this with Dean Ambrose and Bray Wyatt. And I don't know how you've changed, because you said at first you didn't like the Ambrose and Wyatt storyline, and that was a couple weeks ago. So how are you feeling about that right now?
I feel like it'll continue to TLC. Here's my prediction for the match. The match will end in like a brawl. Like it'll turn into like a street fight. So they'll get DQ'd, obviously. And I feel like they'll just keep going at it. And I feel like this will continue to TLC, because you can't just end it at like 4 weeks of build up. Like that's it. You have to give it a little bit more.
Yeah, I've liked the promos they've had.
Like a gimmick match.
Yeah, I think they definitely need a gimmick match, because like especially their type of styles, especially Ambrose style, he needs stipulations, no holds barred, no DQ, tables, ladders, chairs, all that. That's the stuff that he needs. So yeah, it's going to continue to TLC, but this match coming up in Survivor Series will kind of depend on like how. Well, first we'll see how well they work together, because I think the promo wise is always going to be good.
No, they actually had it. Remember when Seth Rollins first turned on the Shield, and they had the Money in the Bank qualifying match, Bray Wyatt versus Dean. That match was on SmackDown. That match was actually good. Like I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
When I watched that, like I was really on the edge. I was kind of on the edge of my seat. But Seth Rollins, he interfered, and Bray Wyatt won. So.
Yeah, so this would be like that bigger test. I wouldn't say it was almost as big of a test when Roman had his match against Randy Orton. Cause I think Ambrose almost like somewhat passed his test when he had like the match with Rollins. No, he's passed his test a couple times with Rollins now, especially at Hell in a Cell. But now it's kind of like, alright, now instead of, alright, we knew Rollins and Ambrose were going to have a good match, and their storyline was just so good together that it had to be good. But now it's almost like, alright, we got two young guys on the rise, and they both trying to elevate each other. So we're gonna that's what we're trying to find, like how well do they elevate both of each other? Because one can't look stronger than the other or something like that. They both have to come out of this match looking strong if they really want to continue it and be it something. Because you gotta think they ended Hell in a Cell with these two.
Right.
So it has to be something good. I could actually see them having like the match of the night. If you go down the whole list, out of all the because Team Cena and Team Authority is gonna be a good match, but it's gonna be like people. It's gonna be a longer match because it's only like 6 matches on the card right now, 5 on the main card. So and it's gonna be like a long, like drag out match. There's not too many guys in that match that you say who has like 4-star, 5-star match potential, other than like like Cena, and that's about it, and Rollins. So like if you want like a singles match of the night, then it's going to probably definitely be them two.
Right.
But I would say like their build up has been I would say solid. It's not like nothing crazy or whatever. It's not bad. Yeah, it's been solid. I'm tuned into the match.
Like every week, I feel like they advance it a little bit, step by step. Like the build up gets a little more better. But I feel like TLC gotta end it there.
Yeah, because it's not something like those two, like they need to continue on, and then like Royal Rumble coming up, like that's when you kind of like end or at least start the ones that you want to have for WrestleMania. So yeah, Ambrose and Wyatt, they have match of the night potential. That's my prediction of what's going to be the match of the night. And I don't know, I actually haven't thought about who I think might win the match or who I want to win the match. Cause I guess, and like you said, like TLC is really gonna matter. But this is the first major match between those two. If I had to say someone will win, like, cause I think the way Ambrose is, he's almost like how Bryan was, where he can lose on the pay-per-view, but he'll still have a bunch of momentum. So if I had someone winning, it's Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, I can see him winning.
But see, like, now
I feel like...
Alright, go ahead. I don't know, like,
Or Dean would just go crazy and start hitting with chairs and then just, set up like a chairs match at TLC or something.
But see, now that I go through it all, I think at least for all my predictions, other than the traditional Divas matches, I have all heels winning. And I hate when I'm like that. Because first of all, WWE would never do that. So, I don't know. I don't want to change my prediction, but it's just weird to see, like, alright, because they always kind of want to send the fans home happy. But you got Bray Wyatt winning and Team Authority winning. Like, nothing good happened out of that for all the, our like, kid fans and younger fans, our little Cena fans or whatever. Like, they're not gonna go home happy talking about Team Authority and Bray Wyatt won. I don't know, but like, I wouldn't say alright. That's what I think should happen instead of what I think might happen, whatever. Because I think Bray Wyatt should win. Because like like him and Ambrose, he's the one that's just coming back, and Ambrose has a bunch of momentum behind him. So, like if Ambrose wins. Like, and I would want him to see him win clean, but if he wins, it has to be like something like dirty or whatever. But his style really doesn't matter to be dirty anyway. He could do anything. He's that anti-hero, so there's nothing wrong he can do.
We take a